So you want to introduce us?
No.
Why?
Because I have nothing to introduce.
Oh, so we are.
People.
Like, I want to make it difficult. How can I make it more difficult for you?
I learned that from you.
Oh, okay, good. That's lovely.
I know. Do your introduction.
I don't have an introduction. This is our new thing.
I don't have one either. Why would I have
We
one?
don't have an introduction. If you're not familiar, I am Matt, and this is Lindsay. This is my wife. We are married.
Yeah, we were married for almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years. And we are expecting our first baby today.
Well, not necessarily today.
Tomorrow.
It's due tomorrow,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean anything. It could be late. So
Could be early.
It could be early, so it could be today, but chances are no.
No?
No.
Next time.
Maybe next time our baby will come early.
So one of the things that we decided to do that we're both kind of, I guess, more interested in, or I don't know if we're really passionate about it. I want to say we're passionate, but we're not really, I'm not that passionate about it. But I'm really interested in it. Is natural childbirth, and that's the direction that we're both, well, we are going to be doing.
Well, we're aiming for at least, because you
Yes.
never know with childbirth. It can be unexpected, so you kind of have to stay on your toes, but the goal at least is natural childbirth. So
I thought today we'd take a little time just to share why
I guess.
we would like the idea of natural childbirth, and we'll do another one afterwards.
See if we actually got to do it or not.
See if we actually got to do it and see how well it went or didn't go.
You know, learn from, what happened, I suppose. so we know for next time.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, I mean, as the one who's pregnant, carrying the baby, I feel like you have a little bit more say on, the path you're going to go. So it wasn't like Matt and I had a conversation sitting down saying, hey, what do you think? How do you want to do it? It kind of was one of those things where found out we were pregnant, and so I just went on the internet and Googled birth centers. I don't know why I didn't Google hospitals. I just didn't. I just Googled birth centers and found the first one. It said Minnesota Birth Center. Figured, well, that sounds good. Read a couple reviews. They were positive. So I just said, hey, Matt, I think this is where we'll go. And so we had our first appointment there. And at that point, they kind of went through this huge form that kind of explained what they do and how they are a lot different from a hospital, because they truly are they're not the same experience at all. Giving birth in a hospital versus giving birth in a birth center, it's drastically different. So while I think I had some idea that there was a difference, I don't know if I was fully aware of how large the difference was until we actually got there. So I think some of the big things that are different is that they don't have any pain relief options that are medicine-wise?
Yeah.
Whatever, I can't think of the right word for it.
Medical pain or actual medicine.
Yeah, actual medicine. So obviously there's, comfort measures that they have, like a huge birthing tub, but I can't change my mind and get an epidural and stay at the birth center. And so that's something that, while I figured was probably true, I'd figured that for the epidural. I figured no matter what, I can't get an epidural at birth center, that's fine. But they actually don't even have general anesthesia, which I think is at least from my experience from people I've talked to, is a more common form of pain relief, where they actually just numb your lower lady parts, but you can still move around and walk around. And so it's a lot less of a pain reduction than an epidural by certain, but it is still medical. It's still medicine that they're pumping through you, and they don't have that option at the birth center either. And so really they only have one form of some form of drug, and that is laughing gas. I always forget the real name.
Nitrous oxide.
Yeah. So we have that as an option, but that's it. And at that point, after we had that first appointment, I had to really think about, well, is this the path we really want to go? Where I don't know what it's like to give birth. I've never done it, so you can read all you want, and
I haven't done it either.
Yeah, Matt hasn't. Go figure.
I know.
It's weird. But you can read 100 birth stories, and every single one's going to be drastically different. I think there's really two camps of people. Either they're like, childbirth, it's not that bad. I mean, it's clearly not a party. It's called labor for a reason, but it's not as bad as people make it seem. And then there's the people who are like, it's the worst ever. You have no idea. You're going to want to wish you were dead. So obviously I have no idea what camp I'm going to fall into. I'll probably be somewhere in the middle. That's probably where most people are. And so knowing that, and knowing, okay, well, if I go to the birth center, I'm drastically cutting down my options for pain relief, and while there's always the option for me to go across the street because there is a hospital that they can admit me to if for some reason there was an emergency where I actually did need a C-section, or if for some reason I said, I'm calling it, we're getting an epidural, that is an option. I could be transferred across the street. The only thing is, then I'm giving birth in the hospital. The midwives would come with me, but it still would be...
Well, they're just there. They won't be able to do anything.
Right.
They're just there with you.
Right.
They have the same people.
Right, but it would be... I would then essentially be giving birth in that hospital. It would be a different experience because the doctors that would be facilitating with the birth at that point were people I've never met before. They didn't do any of the prenatal care. And so that's something to kind of really keep in mind. So, I don't know where I'm going with that.
That's okay. So, did you have any thoughts about natural childbirth before finding the birth center, or was it more like I found the birth center and then I kind of learned about natural childbirth, or did you always want, or always see yourself doing natural childbirth?
Well, I don't really take any form of medicine like ever, honestly. Like, if I have a headache, which I honestly rarely get, I wouldn't take ibuprofen for it. I just don't. I think I have the luxury of having been pretty healthy for most of my life, so I have that privilege of saying like, oh, I don't normally take medicine, but it's because I don't really get sick. So I think that helps for my mentality of saying, getting pregnant, I didn't really think of it as, I don't know what the right word is, but I thought of it more of a natural thing that doesn't require medicine or anything, because I just never take medicine. So I think it kind of flows more with my philosophy of life and how I've already lived my life, which is really medicine-free, that it made sense to continue that with this pregnancy. And then I've also been just lucky that this pregnancy has been relatively really easy. I didn't have morning sickness. The only thing is my feet get really fat now, which sucks, but I mean, that's really minor. And so I suppose the second I got pregnant, well, I don't think I ever thought any like distinct thoughts of being like, oh, it'll always be natural. It was just, it made sense. So. Oh.
It's good.
Oh, it's good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot out here. I'm done.
I know it's hot.
Yeah, you don't have a baby in you. I ask you a question. Why do you love me so much?
I don't even know.
Oh, shut up.
It's rough.
You're such a rude boy. Okay, well, what were your thoughts when you found out we were pregnant, how to give birth and stuff?
Well, I've wanted a baby for a while, so
that's an understatement.
I've thought about it honestly for a long time, and one of the things that I really wanted for the birth was I wanted to be a lot more involved in the actual birthing process. And personally, I would prefer a home birth, but this is so I can be, because in those situations it seems like the dad is a lot more involved in the actual process. You're actually there. It's almost like you're both giving birth in a sense, because I would actually be able to be there with her, helping her through it, being right there, and then when it's actually time for the baby to come out, I can actually be the one to take the baby from the womb, essentially, and place it onto the mother for the first time, which is something, it's an experience that I really wanted for myself. And I think I was actually really happy that, because we had never really talked about it before, and she just kind of came to me and was like, I think I want to do this natural childbirth thing at this birth center. I'm thinking that kind of sounds like something I could get behind, and I looked into it more, and it's pretty much the same thing as a home birth, but you're just not at home. You have all the freedom to do whatever you want, just like when you're at home. The nice thing about a home birth is you can walk around, you can do whatever you want, you can go for a walk, you can eat,
yeah,
you can do anything you want, and it's a lot more of an intimate experience between you and your partner. And that's pretty much what it's like there, except you're in an actual facility where there's going to be people there. And you have your own room. It's got a bed. It's got its own separate bathroom, and it has a whirlpool.
Big birthing tub.
Yeah, so it's really like being like in a little hotel room to give your birth. So I think that's.
We don't have to do any of the cleanup either, so that's kind of nice too. So, versus if you do a home birth, I mean, you can still do a water birth, because that's kind of our goal, is to do a water birth. They have to bring a big blow-up tub, because chances are you don't have a tub big enough.
Yeah.
And you have to lay down a lot of stuff, because rumor has it that giving birth is messy. So I am a fan of the birth center at this point, because we won't have to clean up and really find out like, where in this house are we going to give birth? Like, where would we want to do that? It's stuff we don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, who knows? Baby comes super fast. Say, well, it's
Surprise,
going.
I'm here.
Yeah, we're doing it now. So
that's it. That's what's going on.
well, you want to talk about what else we have going on?
What else is going on?
That we have a doula?
Oh yeah, we also got a doula. I honestly had no idea what a doula was for this experience, but I'm actually really looking forward to having the doula because I think it's gonna be really nice for both of us because it's just that extra person that's with you the whole time. That, well, more than anything, they're a little more experienced than we are, so we don't really know the signs of like when we should go in or what we should do. Maybe we should change positions to try something a little different. So having the doula there that actually coaches through the whole process, I think is going to be really helpful. I know for me at least. I don't know about you, but for me especially, because I don't really know what I'm doing.
We did take a birth class, so that's helpful, but I think that when you're actually probably in the middle of labor, some of the things that you learned you may forget just because so much stuff is going on and it's new, and I feel like, at least for me personally, depending on how I'm feeling, I may not remember, oh, this is a really good position to try this. And it'll be nice having a doula there who, while obviously she understands, people are, it's a serious situation giving birth, she is removed from the situation enough where it's not like, Matt and I were married, we really care about each other. So I think it's different for each other than having an outsider being like, hey, why don't you try this? Because while she's invested not as emotionally, obviously, as we are. So I think that'll really be a good support system to have. And I mean, we've never done it before, so it'll be nice for me. I over worry about everything, and so
a lot, too much.
Too much. It's right. So it'll be nice to have someone being like, no, this might feel weird, but it's okay. This is not bad, because unfortunately in our English language we call, like, when you're in labor, pain, and technically you associate pain with something being wrong with your body, and really there's nothing wrong with the contractions. That's, while it hurts and it's probably not comfortable, it's good because that's how you're getting your baby out of your belly and into the world. And so just having someone to be like, this stuff that doesn't feel good, it's not because you're sick, it's not because something's going wrong, it's because something's going right. And so I think it'll be nice having that extra person there to just reassure me and say, no, it's all right, you're doing just fine, this is how we do it. So, because she's already given birth herself 3 times, and plus she's assisted other births, so she has a lot more knowledge than me, who's only seen births on TV. And I think I've only honestly seen like 2, and that was in our birth class. So that's about it.
Yeah.
What do you think? What else? What else do you want to say before we have this baby so we remember it and we watch it and either we laugh at ourselves and go, you're so naive, or we go, oh yeah, you're right, that's kind of true.
I'm just excited at this point. I think it's coming to the end here, and I'm just ready to get it out.
Yeah, it is weird being like, actually Matt's mother asked me yesterday if I was nervous, and to be honest, I really am not. I told her, no, actually it's kind of the opposite. I don't know if it's excited. I mean, I'm excited to obviously meet the baby for real, but I'm not nervous or scared about it, even though a lot of people I've talked to who generally people who haven't gone through childbirth before are like, I'm scared for you, I'm really nervous, like, it sounds like it's gonna suck. And I honestly don't have that feeling, so I think that tells me that I'm probably ready and that I just feel like, oh, it'll be fine. It's probably not gonna be the most enjoyable at certain times, but I'm not gonna die,
I mean, the end will be worth it.
Right. So, my mom said, it can't be so painful, because if you're in true pain that is so painful that your body can't handle it, you'll pass out. I mean, that's what your body does. No one passes out from childbirth. She's like, you're not going to pass out because you're not in that much pain. Body can handle it. And so that's kind of been something I keep telling myself is, it might be a little bit painful, but it's not so painful that I can't handle it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be still feeling it. So I think that'll help.
Cool.
Plus,
I'll be there.
Yeah, it's true. Feeding me water.
Yes.
I'll let you.
Anything else you want to say?
I don't know, I'm trying to think what else I want to watch later and go.
Oh, it's just for you, huh?
You're
very selfish of you.
Well, whatevs. I want to push this baby out.
All right.
I want to look back and watch it and laugh at myself or say, I'm glad I had that perspective because it helped.
That's a well-informed mother.
Right. Wow, look at me. I read a lot. That shows it pays off to read on stuff on the internet.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh. I don't know. I guess nothing else.
That's it. All right, so that's it for this one, I guess.
You got anything else to tell me?
I love you. We're gonna do great. I'll be right there.
Yeah. So tomorrow is the due date. So
Sunday.
In case we forget.
The 12th of July, 2015.
Yeah. So today is July 11th.
Yep.
So Matt's guess is the baby will be born on the 20th.
Yep.
Which I don't know if I feel really good about that because it's kind of far away. I don't really have a prediction.
All right.
And Matt thinks it's a girl. And I really don't know. So.
I don't know now before it was a boy.
Well, I was just saying it, one of us can be right then.
Oh, okay, great. All right. Lovely.
I don't know, then one of us is at least right. It's kind of nice. Okay.
Is that it?
Well, that's all I got.
All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Hopefully with a baby.
Yeah.
And not, it's been 2 weeks and there's still no baby. Look how fat I am.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
All right.
Bye.